Expecto Perfecto! Hey guys, Ari Thomas here, and welcome finally to my updated ranking of the 10 movies in my favourite movie franchise of all time period, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter franchise. This time I'm including both Fantastic Beasts movies, so stay tuned to see which places they turn up on my list, and I can't wait to hear your ranking in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's rank the Harry Potter movies from best to worst, so just keep watching. At number 10, Dark Secrets Revealed, at least some of them, The Half-Blood Prince. Overall, this movie feels like 100% set up for the much better Deathly Hallows. There's a total lack of action and far too much focus on the romance and the humour, which was unnecessary. And why the heck did David Yates think it was a good idea to not have Snape's defence against the dark arts lessons, but to include comedy Quidditch instead? This is where I need to be that Harry Potter bookworm that says the book was better. Where was the battle and Dumbledore's funeral in the finale? At number 9, The Magic Begins, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone for United States fans. I feel bad for putting Philosopher's Stone this low on the list, as it was the childhood classic that got me into live action franchises as well as animation. And as a magical family movie, it hits all the right notes. Its lighter tone makes it the ideal movie to introduce the younger generation to J.K. Rowling's universe. That everybody is pitch perfectly cast, and John Williams' theme is one of the greatest movie themes ever to exist. And there is phenomenal heart to this movie. It made me wish that my school was like Hogwarts, though I do think the movie was a little too faithful to the book. Chris Columbus could have made this movie a little different. It's supposed to be a great movie, not a perfect adaptation. And I would have liked to have seen Harry just cast one spell, but aside from that, Philosopher's Stone is one movie trip that I'll remember for the rest of my life. At number 8, The Second Year Begins, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Again, I feel bad for putting the Chris Columbus movies so low. My one nitpick with this movie would be its sheer runtime. I even struggled to sit through this movie as a kid with its 2 hour and 40-minute runtime. There's yet to be a longer Harry Potter installment than this, but that aside, Chamber of Secrets tops Philosopher's Stone on every freaking account. This is how you do a sequel, Chris Columbus. I loved that he went in a slightly darker direction, but still keeps the fun, light-hearted tone of the first movie, as it's still the early days of Hogwarts. Dobby is simply one of my favourites, and this movie expands the Harry Potter lore. It brings in the themes of prejudice against the Muggleborns in the Wizarding worlds, and the separation of the houses at Hogwarts, and the epic climax where Harry battles the basilisk to rescue Ginny in the chamber. That's one of Harry Potter's most underrated climaxes. At number 7, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh boy, am I in the minority, as I'm sure some of you in the comments are typing, what, Harry Prisoner of Azkaban's the best Harry Potter movie ever, how dare you? Well, Yeah, it's this is a awesome Harry Potter movie, but not my personal favourites for me, this movie's slightly overpraised, but don't get me wrong. This movie took the series in a direction that changed it for the better with a new director, Alfonso Cuarón. He injected some new blood into this franchise by giving it a more grimmer tone visually. Yeah, and the performances from Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint are certainly stronger and more mature, as the three leads are perfect at dramatic acting. Also, Harry finally makes a serious stand up to the Dursleys in this movie. He's had enough of their shit, and this is also the first movie where Michael Gambon replaces Richard Harris as Dumbledore, and Michael Gambon is the better Dumbledore for me. At number 6, everything is about to change indeed. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. First ever Harry Potter movie to be rated PG-13 in the US and 12A in the UK, and deservedly so. Triwizard Tournament was super epic, especially that dragon task, even if I would have liked to have seen the other dragons. And we even got to see more magical schools than Hogwarts in this movie, Beauxbatons and Durmstrang, which added to the world building and was a theme of unity in dark times. And the cliffhanger with Cedric's death and Voldemort's return, and Harry and Voldemort's duel in the graveyard of Little Hangleton, and the reveal that Mad Eye Moody, played by Brendan Gleeson, was Barty Crouch Jr. this entire time. This finale shit went down. It's the first Harry Potter movie to end on a dark note. Flawlessly setting up Order of the Phoenix, and also Fleur Delacour is gorgeous. At number 5, The Rebellion Begins. To me, the most underrated Harry Potter movie, The Order of the Phoenix. Why does everybody rank this one towards the bottom? This movie has far more to offer than the fans give it credit for. Yeah, this is the first to be directed by David Yates, and also the one movie to be written by Michael Goldenberg instead of Steve Kloves. This David Yates brought in the epic wand fights, which we didn't get in the previous 4 movies, especially the huge throwdown at the Ministry of Magic, and Dumbledore and Voldemort's final battle being the greatest fights in the entire franchise. That was groundbreaking, and Umbridge is the biggest bitch in the history of movies. She's more evil than even he who must not be named himself, and also the first time we see one of my favourites, Luna Lovegood, played by Ivana Lynch. If only everybody was like her, where they don't give a shit about how people judge you. At number 4, nowhere is safe at this point. Deathly Hallows Part 1. Part 1 of the epic conclusion, and it was a justified decision to split Deathly Hallows into 2 movies. None of the other franchise that had their finales in 2 parts were justified, but Harry Potter for sure, as there's plenty of source material from J.K. Rowling and plenty of stories to tell, and Part 1 is the best setup for a finale I've ever seen. It's darker than any of the previous movies. There's no Hogwarts, no Dumbledore. Harry and Ron and Hermione just have one another in this extremely unpredictable world where Voldemort is this close to victory. I don't get the hate for the camping scenes, as they had beautiful character bonding moments, like Harry and Hermione's dance, and this movie also has one of cinema's most stunning cliffhangers with Dobby's death. And Voldemort stealing the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's tomb. You're like, holy shit, just bring on part 2 already. At number 3, it all ends, at least until Fantastic Beasts. Deathly Hallows Part 2. This was my most anticipated movie of all time at the time, and man, did David Yates give us one hell of a grand finale. The Battle of Hogwarts being literally the most epic battle in the history of movies. It has the saddest deaths in this story, especially Snape's. Just poor dude. He didn't deserve that. It cries from start to finish throughout this movie, especially at the 19 years later epilogue, where I was convinced that there was no more Harry Potter. Thankfully, we were in luck, as 5 years later we returned to the Wizarding World at number 2. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. You didn't see this coming. Rewatching this movie for Crimes of Grindelwald made me love it even more. Yes, unpopular opinions to call it the second best in the franchise, but those are my thoughts. This is, at the time, the best prequel ever made. It doesn't heavily focus on nostalgia, unlike other prequels. It's bursting with originality. To see the Wizarding World in 1920s New York, and just the Niffler is the standout, such a special little guy, and I like the characters of Newt, Tina, Queenie, and Jacob controversially even more than Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Yeah, and even the obscurial storyline tied in perfectly to the movie's narrative. This is such a underrated prequel. And my number 1 favourite Harry Potter movie is the most unlikely pick, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, or as I like to title it, a fantastic sequel, and it isn't a crime to like it. Critics called this movie boring and overstuffed. No, The Half-Blood Prince is the most boring Harry Potter movie. This movie is nothing like that. Crimes of Grindelwald, it's the most it's certainly the darkest of this franchise. It makes even Deathly Hallows look as adorable as a Niffler in comparison. The Grindelwald himself being a stronger antagonist than even Voldemort's, and the opening sequence and the finale are not to be missed. The twists of this movie, which I'll save for my spoiler talk. They had me the most satisfied Harry Potter fanboy on the planet. J.K. Rowling, awesome job. I can't freaking wait to see what J.K. Rowling has planned for Fantastic Beasts 3 in 2020. We'll see where I rank the following Fantastic Beasts sequels on this ranking. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. And what are your favourites and least favourite Harry Potter movies? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google Plus and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.